Victor?
Yep.
Ready.
Okay. Good.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad at all.
Should we just have a conversation and then just let it carry on flow from there rather than starting it in a wooden way?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? So
Yeah.
it's good to check in with each other. Obviously, we're in unprecedented times and uncertainty can be very tricky for us as humans. And with what's going on right now, I think what I've noticed in myself is just moments of disbelief, moments when a spirit of fear just takes over me,
Mm-hmm.
and a desire to do nothing.
Yep. Yep.
No desire to open an email, no desire at the moment to rearrange meetings, and to just sort of cancel and say fine. And that is so not me. That is so not like me at all. But I am accepting my reactions at this particular time as the events unfurl moment by moment.
Yeah.
How's it all treating you, Victor?
Yeah. The thing is quite similar because yesterday we were supposed to meet up for our accountability session and just but the whole Monday, let me not say Monday, but the weekend leading to the beginning of the week, Tuesday, the whole news about just being bombarded with no, let me share with the news. And yesterday, the earliest I've been to bed, I just like, you know what, turn everything off. I didn't even check anything, didn't check my emails, didn't check. I was creating stuff. I wanted to do I want to create a Facebook ad for myself, and I want to do it on Saturday. I just say, you know what, the feeling of that being pointless was what was the point of doing this when this whole the trajectory is going to shit. So what's the point of me doing this? If the world is going kaboom, why would I be creating stuff
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
people? So I need to start like then the fear just starts creeping in.
Amen.
I try on Monday, I try to like struggle to do one or two, but I wrote stuff down on my board, try to like just bring things out of myself. But on Tuesday, I just, you know what? Are these people even going to pay attention if
Yeah,
I create this?
yeah.
I just say, you know, I just left it. I went to bed about say about 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. I just say, you know what, let me just take a nap.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV. Anyways, I don't really watch it. I just turned it off. I say, you know, let me just like boom, take a nap for like half an hour or so. That was when I woke up about 2 o'clock, past 2 in the morning. Like I was looking at the time. Whoa, I crossed it. You just and so that feeling of oof, everything is just going pear shape according to the news, but it's not that it's not real, but it's not that really bad. Oh, the world is coming to an end like that because
Yeah. And
yeah,
yeah. And
I was
I think that's the real issue, is that underneath it is it's the Armageddon fear.
yeah,
It's the revelations fear.
biblical proportion.
Mm-hmm. And I can hear a voice in me say, if it is so, it is so.
Oh,
If it is so, it is so.
what voice is that?
Well, it feels like a voice from beyond me. It feels like a voice of my inner wisdom. If it is so, it is so. And then I can hear Keeley say, however, if I need to stop if I need to just feel the fear and anchor myself or not do any work, I accept that. I allow that in myself. I don't fight that within me. However, I also know that there's such a profound benefit in being able to articulate my reactions to trusted ears. So I can really gauge this at the moment. My elders are particularly helpful, and I'm finding that incredibly
Voice is
beneficial.
cracking.
Are you getting a cracking?
Yeah. Yeah, you muted now. So you have to unmute yourself. Yep.
Select a microphone, it says.
Okay.
Any good?
Yeah, it's good.
It's come back?
Yeah, it's come back well now.
Okay. So there's something about that I'm allowing myself to react and working with that. But because I'm vocal, you may have seen my Insta stories. What happens is people then gravitate and say, they check in, you're all right. That taps into how I feel, and that begins the conversation.
Oh.
And there's the currency is in the conversation with other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as they share their tips. You know, somebody said to me today, Key, I felt that way at 3 a.m. this morning and I had to pray.
Oh, okay.
You see, and so there's what I'm finding is a growing camaraderie as I am able to share where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
and like use my Insta stories to put it as a question. You know, I just felt full of fear today. Anybody else out there feel the same? You know, and so far I've got like 10 yeses. You know, 10 people are saying that's exactly how they feel. And I think that's the space to have the conversation, you know. And I think there's something about unburdening ourselves with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that I don't know what that will do to me tomorrow. I don't know. Will it mean I want to do emails? Will it mean I want to open up? I don't know, but I trust that process enough.
Yeah, because mine, I'll still say before I move on, I will still say the narrative from the mainstream media is, let me not say it's sickening, but it's worrying.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen to the radio today, this evening, they said, check the headlines. Listen, it says 8,000 people have died globally. Mm-hmm. But 82,000 people have survived as has been cured or has regained, like, so that was the headline. So now my thinking was, that's just promoting fear.
Yeah.
That's just fear mongering, because
Amen.
if you change the statement to, listen, guys, 82,000 people has recovered from this. Only 8,000 people died.
Yeah.
That is more comforting to the world than to say 8,000 people died worldwide. Ooh.
Give it context.
Yeah. So 82,000 people they've recovered. So why not say that and lift the human spirit, lift our spirit up, instead of just like throwing so much negativity in the air and just making people fight over tissue paper, tissue. Yeah, fighting over pasta, fighting over this, who is going to like get that, panic. Yes, we have to be safe. I totally agree with that. We have to self-isolate. I agree with that. But give us some hope from the mainstream media.
Amen.
Yeah, not just like the world is coming to an end, borders are shutting down, this one is on lockdown. When you say lockdown, it's like they're marshalling, the troops are coming out, you do things will be rationed. It's like in the movies.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I think, for me personally, as a psychotherapist, the spiritual principles I've been living by are incredibly beneficial at this particular time. And so I'm going to talk about three of the things that I've been up to. One, I meditate every morning now without fail. I am choosing not to listen to the news now because it's so big, you're going to hear anyway. As soon as I open my Facebook, you're going to hear, so you can't really get away from it if I don't listen to LBC and get an update every 15 minutes and then the full news on the hour. Like, don't worry, media, you guys' tentacles are strong. You will reach me. And another practice that I do is I'm listening to uplift music, and dancing, bubbling. And that's very important for me right now. And I'm then using my platform to ask others how they're doing. And I guess that's four. That feels purposeful. That feels useful. That's about me, in a powerless situation. How can you find your power?
That is the word, because individually right now it seems that we are like powerless to do anything, but whereas we still have the power to like get ourselves together. And you see, what me and you are doing right now is what anyone can do. Just like get somebody that you have confidence in and just share and talk this thing through, because now, after speaking to you this morning, I just like, you know what? I need to like reframe this whole crisis.
What
Because
have you come up with in the
sorry?
What have you come up when you think about reframing it? How are you reframing it? What are you pondering on? What comes to mind?
Myself, to start with, my relationships, the conversations I have with myself. Because now when they say we need to like self-isolate, social distancing, now you have to be your own best friend for real now. So instead of finding stuff to like distract you, because if you turn on the news, you don't want to even go there. So you need to start like looking for something to do with yourself. So you can go on talking on the phone, because the next man you call on the phone will start talking about this same crisis.
Yeah, very true.
So you don't want to talk to people to like, you want to bring your own level down instead of getting someone across the phone who like lift it up. So you have on your own headspace, you need to be your own guide. You need to be your own friend.
Self-care warrior, almost.
Yeah, that is the word. And just like, you know what, because when I come home and my vibe is good, everyone around me lifts up. But when you come home and you're like, ooh, this, they'll say, man, this world is really coming to an end now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And as a leader and a father, you will exude that will radiate out of you. And it's okay to feel the fear.
Yeah.
But it's also important that we are able to, not everybody's able to do this, but to channel our energy in a different way, because I've been listening to Ralph Smart lately talking about this. He's a psychologist, Black British psychologist. And he's talking about, having high energy, high vibe tribes, and how that is good for our immune system.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, being down and negative, whilst we understand that that's a part of this process as we are in uncertain times, what can you do to lift your vibe, lift your vibration? So, because that is, we know that that has an impact on the nervous system. High vibe tribes, you
High
know,
vibe tribes.
high vibe tribes, because I know who I'd want to be around in these times,
Yep.
you know, like not the warriors and the people who are like, all is doomed.
No, be careful of those ones.
Well, and because if it is, it is. Like I said to you at the beginning, if
Yeah.
it is what it is, but if it is what it is, I still have the gift from the creator of free will.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You see, I still have choice within this situation about how I respond. How I respond. You know, today I discovered in the gym's still open. I chose to go. It might be high risk, but hey ho. I chose to listen to 70s disco music today. Listen, that stuff is high energy.
That is something.
You know, car wash, disco inferno.
Mm-hmm.
They must have thought there was a mad woman in the gym. The people must have thought it's only the nutters are coming out. But you know what? I don't care. Because I got to lift my frequency in this negativity. And if it means disco inferno and car wash,
So be it.
so be it.
So be it. Because, listen, how we respond to this is entirely up to us.
Of course.
So you can't control anyone's reaction, but you can only control your reaction. And your reaction, you know, you're talking about high vibes now, and the higher vibration wins at the end of the day.
I believe so.
So if the media makes it that loud, turn the volume up. But the greater vibration comes from me. Like I can empower myself up and like, you know what, if I connect with you, connect with another one, I connect with another one, will just light up everywhere right now in the midst of in the midst of this whole gloomy and proclaimed doom that may not happen.
And another principle which fascinates me is about how can I live in the now? You know, today I sip my coffee with the milk in it and the coffee bean and the sugar, and I really appreciated the experience because who knows, products will be available in 2 months. Because if everybody's on lockdown, well, who's in the supermarket? Who's delivering the food? Who's picking the coffee? I don't know.
Who's driving the trucks?
Amen. Who's putting the petrol in the petrol station? Who's extracting the oil? You see, so the more I ponder upon it, the helplessness could kick in if I let it. But I thought, let me savor the flavor. Because all I have is right here, right now. Amen.
Preach.
Yeah, man.
Because if we do not, we can't subject ourselves to start suffering for tomorrow's stuff.
Which ain't even here yet.
We should not. They can get the cure tomorrow. They can get. So why suffer for next month when right now and your business is suffering because you don't want to like. Because actually, when I felt pointless yesterday, I said, you know what I wanted to create would actually help a couple of people. But I didn't do it.
Yeah, and we give ourselves permission.
Yeah, I didn't do it because I was thinking, are they going to listen? But one person may. have listened and it would have helped one person, and I've denied that person that.
Well, but just be careful, no beating up on ourselves.
No, I'm
No,
not.
because we have to, you're a father, you're a husband, you have to consider yourself and your tribe. So some of this despair that we experience momentarily or for a little while, we acknowledge that. And if we have to down tools, we down tools. But you've reached out once again. And here we are, that we're actually here saying, we know other people are experiencing this. We are not alone in this. How can we use this as a way to encourage and support others?
For real. So you've mentioned like 3 steps that you use to like get yourself 3 steps, three things that you do right now. So how would you reframe this whole crisis?
I don't feel like I actually want to reframe it. I think, in the coaching world, I mean, as a psychotherapist, I've had lots of people who come to me who've read pop psychology books, they've read The Secret, and there's this constant desire to positively reframe negative experiences. And the beauty, there's a beauty to that, but there's also a danger that we don't crash when we might need to.
Nobody wants to crash.
Hmm?
Nobody wants to crash intentionally.
Yes, but remember, I crashed today. The negativity took over me and I allowed myself, because I didn't deny it. I didn't try to positively reframe it. I felt down and I was down. And then I meditated. Then I put on Ain't No Stopping Us Now. Then I made sure I didn't listen to the news. Then I used my Instagram to ask the questions about fear.
So when you say you meditated, what do you mean you meditated?
So I listened to Deepak Chopra. He has a 21-day meditation on abundance. And I was in a group on WhatsApp, and we was doing it for 21 days, and we stopped about 3 days ago. So all I've done is gone back into my group, and I'm finding day 1, and I'm starting the 21 days again. And I'm doing the 21 days live on my Instagram feed for anybody else who is open to trying something a little bit different. It's a way to go within when outside of you is, well, look what it is, look what it is. It's a way to go in, to connect to your stillness, the silence. And some would argue God, some would argue your God, the God, being still, being able to connect to your higher self, knowing that your thoughts aren't always real, and just even for that time, that 15 minutes, I get a break from the worry, the stress. I create a gap, a stimulus gap. I created that by going still, focusing on the breath, hearing my heartbeat, noticing the interrupting thoughts coming in, and just allowing them to be, just allowing them to go past, not energizing them, not indulging in them. Just hear the voice saying, you haven't done your emails.
See, you mentioned something just now, which just like piqued my interest. You said your thoughts aren't always real because they will always come. And what do you mean?
So one of the challenges we have as human beings is a book I'm reading right now, which is particularly great, which is about our inner voice, our inner chatter, that voice within that's never content. No matter what we do, that inner voice has something to say, some criticism, and it can bang on, and if we're not careful, can fill us with dread, fear, get us stuck. And let's be honest, if we had a friend who spoke to us in the way that that voice can speak to us, that person wouldn't be our friend. Yet this inner voice can dominate our lives. And that's when I get still, I'm able to observe the voice rather than be enmeshed in it. Often what happens, and this is what I teach my clients, is to observe the voice. Be the witness, the observer of the voice, rather than being a victim of it and letting it drag you wherever it decides to go, whatever it's criticizing you about, putting you down about. You know, I heard my voice today because my lipstick doesn't match my glasses. So I could hear it saying, well, really, you should have a different color lipstick on because it doesn't match your glasses. If you had your other glasses, the glasses that you left at home, but didn't I tell you should leave your glasses in your car because you hear? I said, fret not. That's the
But are you responsible for energizing that, or it just comes naturally? So you mentioned energizing your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I indulged in it, then what would happen? Which is I heard the voice was telling me, well, go on the video, don't wear your glasses, then you won't have the clash. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not that bothered.
So it's like arguing with yourself.
It's arguing with yourself, but remember, this is happening all internally and it's happening very rapidly. Now, because I am the observer of my voice, I can articulate what's happened. But often when I think about my clients who have panic attacks or anxiety, they haven't learned yet to observe the voice. And so what I help my clients with are grounding exercises. Grounding exercises. So there's a range of grounding exercises that enable us to be the observer of the inner voice rather than enmeshed where we believe the voice is us. And so we're like, you know, if that was me, I'd be seeing you like this now. But then probably I'd be like, but look under your eyes. God, if you would have put a little bit of powder on, then, you know, you wouldn't look tired. I don't really know if that is a look I have. I don't care. But that's the sort of thing that it might say, you know, that maybe you should have a bit of makeup on. Maybe you should have done under your, you know, it would find something else to moan about. But I'm cool with it. It doesn't govern my life. Unless I'm having very bad days. A very, very bad day. And then I have to be very careful about that. And then I reach out to trusted folks like you. I reached out to you when I was speaking to you about the voice. You know, look where you are. You've been out, you know, you're in private practice. You left your job. How come you should be here by now? You see.
So the voice, the inner voice can actually like govern us.
Most definitely. And I believe it's the same voice that can also function in suicide. It's that same voice.
Because so many people are losing their jobs right now. So that voice, we need to actually, so do you like, you mentioned observe the voice. But can you like, instead of observing the voice, go like head to head with the voice and like, you know what?
Well,
you might get mental with doing that. You might get really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, not only do can I observe my voice, but I also know I have different parts of me too, right? So different parts of me is going to be my professional voice. You know, I've had supervision. So I might have, there's also different aspects of me in terms of culture as well. You know, I'm of Jamaican heritage. So I also have different parts of myself as well. So it's for me, it's been a journey of getting to know and understand myself, and to know sometimes that voice is based on fear. I call it my lower based self, fear frequency. It comes from a fear-based place often. often can be also influenced by hypercritical parents. You know, so often the child internalizes that voice. They beat up on themselves with the ambition to not get beaten up on by their parents. So that's also a part of, you know, of the voice and its function. Often it wants us to stay small, not go outside the comfort zone so we don't experience shame, humiliation, or failure. But we also know our comfort zones become stagnation zones.
Yeah, true. True.
And I don't know about you, but I don't want to stagnate.
No,
Have you ever smelt stagnant water?
it stinks.
Ah,
And we got mosquitoes there.
ah.
So many, so nah. Well, you know, how do people get their, okay, let me not say how do people, how would you've already mentioned some great advice. You've already gave some great advice now on how you using your own, you do meditation, you're grateful, you dance to like shake up yourself and get you in the right spot. How would you, no, is that the right question to ask? How would you, I'm saying it in the very high tone as if it's going to bring the question now. Listen, how would you advise someone to actually like get off this funk? This.
I think the challenge is it's a bit like, you know, my mother has a problem with the way I am, right? Because she wants me to be stressed and worried at this particular point. And I have moments of that, most definitely. But I don't want that to become 95% and 98, 99% of my life. And I'm watching my mum go through it. I'm watching her worry and I'm watching her energy drain from her. And then I have to protect myself. And then she gets annoyed because I'm not in that zone. I'm not in that fretting zone. For example, she's fretting at the moment about paying the rent and whether she'll have to break into her savings. Mama, everybody is in the same boat. If you don't pay your bills this month, I'm sure there are a lot of people who will be in the same boat. And so we have to, you know, it's really interesting because to me, we have to look at the context that we're in. It's unprecedented times. Everything is locked down. It's not even like Christmas out there.
No.
It's like the movies. There's nothing like it. And we have to put that in context. And here I am, I'm a therapist. I also rent out rooms. The amount of cancellations coming through the people who hire from me, unprecedented. What do I do? This smile ain't ingenuine. What can I do? What can they do? Are they coming for all of us? Are they coming for all of us? Because that's the reality of the situation right now. And I think if we lose the context of the unprecedented times that we're in, we could lose it. We could seriously lose it. When everybody around them are losing their head, that sounds like a quote from somewhere in my mind. How do you keep yours? How do you keep yours? This is a spiritual battle. Because if we lose this, remember, if it's a culture of fear and they're promoting fear, then fear is also a choice.
Yeah.
How can we regain our power when everything is crumbling around you? Am I supposed to believe my business is crumbling around me right now because I don't have the money in my account to pay my rent? My business is no failure. No failure. No failure. It's unprecedented times. Insurance companies haven't even been able to predict this, but they all put something little in their T's and C's that they're now referring to about natural disasters so they don't pay people out.
They're smart. Those smart guys. They're not smart anyways, but it's just reaping
Rick
Anyways,
Branson, with all his islands and this, that, the other, laid off his staff unpaid for 8 weeks. Disgrace. Utter disgrace. How many thousands of people is that?
what do you mean utter disgrace? It's whose fault is it? It's not his.
You can harbor millions and millions of pounds. You've just laid off people for 8 weeks unpaid leave. You can't help the people. You can't help the people.
Gatwick just laid off 200 people. The directors and senior management taking 20% cut.
You can't help the people.
So this is the reality that is going on, or this is the fear that is going on, that people are losing their jobs. So losing your job or losing their jobs at the moment, they're scared, some are angry because they're not sure when to go back to work.
Listen, my daughter said to me, my dad asked me for something from the shops today. And I said, cool, I'll go and get it. And I went and get it. And I came home, I told my eldest, come on, unpack this stuff. And she was there dragging her feet as usual. I said, listen, it's like the purge out there. Yeah? I've managed to get this stuff. The least you can do is put it away. And the thing is, I've never seen the film The Purge. I just know it's about public disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do I say? I predict that things will get very, very difficult out there. I predict public disorder will naturally ensue. I just went into Tesco, somebody walked out with toilet roll. That their security guard ain't running after nobody. Unprecedented times. My gym have just emailed and said, basically, it looks like people are canceling their membership. So they're saying, you know, this is a really small company, you know, we'd appreciate if people don't cancel their membership. I'm like, wow. What can they do to all of us if none of us can pay our credit card bills? None of us can pay for this, that. What can they all do? I do not know. All I know is all I have is the here and now.
Boris just came out with some buffers of 300 or 350 billion pounds to like cushion things. But the here and now is that we do not know. What we know right now is that we should keep our heads, keep our mind, most especially keep our spirit up.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
In as much as it's crazy to say this.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
We are still alive.
Amen.
And we are still in good health.
Amen.
We are still free.
Amen.
So bring it on.
You know what? Today, I even thought to myself, if I came out of my slump and I was in the shops and talking to people, and I marveled at how people were reconnecting.
Yeah.
Strangers reconnecting. I saw a man hug a man today and I said, oh, you're not allowed to do that. He's like, do you want one? You want one? I said, go on then. I said, look at us, we're rebels out here hugging each other. Look at what has happened.
Yeah.
Look at where we are right now. You could have never written this.
I swear, because the good thing that is coming out of this is that people are actually talking to each other now.
Who had argument over XYZ? People are calling up sister and brother, calling up them sisters and brother. No one wants to talk about AB. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Need anything?
Have you got tissue? I can send you some tissue if you don't have tissue.
I went to my neighbor's today, knocked his door. I've never knocked his door in my life. Are you okay?
Yeah. Ah, it's a good times ahead, great times ahead.
And that is what I find fascinating about humanity. That in these times, you'll see the worst.
Mm-hmm.
People on eBay selling hand wash for 50 quid.
Yeah.
You also see the beauty of humanity, kindness, compassion, consideration. And I believe you cannot have one without the other. You cannot have your yin without your yang.
Yep.
We need these opposites. You need the dark to have the light.
Mm-hmm.
And so it unfolds like a movie. We are in this. This is a fight for life of humanity. As
Yeah.
my supervisor just said, we're experiencing an existential crisis worldwide. Worldwide. What do we have? We have the here and now. I have water. I have tea. I give thanks.
Yeah, I have wine.
Amen.
I give thanks.
Amen. Amen to that. Cheers.
Cheers. Great times ahead. Yeah. So a box of noodles now from $8.99 now is like $19.99, 20 quid. So the panic begins. See, I was in on Sunday, my local Asda, and this guy just came in. This is worse than Christmas. I said, why? He said, because we are fighting for what we don't even know. All trolleys are like filled up to the brim. I'm like, panic buying 4 toothpaste, 5 toothpaste. Asda is not going to run out of anything.
We don't know.
We don't know. If Asda runs out, we go to what's it called? We go to Lidl. If Lidl locks up, we go to Patel.
We forgot about him.
Yeah.
he getting out the machine. He putting up he like, you lot forgot about me. We just go, yeah, I'm ready for you guys. £1 for tuna.
Yeah, and you come out, you get your pack of sardines, and you start cleaning it up from the dust that's on the sardines, and say, yeah, this is
He's thinking, yeah, you lot, you see you coming back now, huh?
yeah.
Now, huh?
You thought my loaves of bread are too expensive. Now you are here
with your £2 now £2.50.
Oh God!
My dad today, my 74-year-old dad today went to John Lewis to buy a deep freeze. I'm like, wow.
Really?
Bought a deep freeze because I guess maybe that made him feel empowered.
Yeah.
You know,
you can control some stuff.
It's on its way, and I'm thinking, boy, that's getting ready for the lockdown.
Oh, God.
How can we find joy? How dare we have the audacity to find joy?
To laugh at this.
Amen. Look at the audacity. Them is the people I want to be around in these times. That's what I want. That's the energy I want to be around. Because it's serious out here.
It is.
And to have the audacity to have my cheeks hurting me from laughing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, man. Spirit.
Some people are really, really taking it to the next level right now. Because we'll be seeing some great stuff coming out.
Listen, sometimes I could just scroll through Facebook. I just look from the memes alone. The memes alone.
I saw something that I was cracking up. I was like, man, who is thinking about all this? Like you said, how dare you to be like talking about these kind of things at this time? You are laughing. Do you think it's a joke? Saying no. It's saying that eyelashes are sold out. What's it called?
I
Wig
saw it.
shops, wig
Yeah.
shops are sold out. And he mentioned something that it's gonna be ugly out here soon.
Wicked.
Whew.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant.
humanity at its finest.
Oh man, and for now, because I'm not sure. I've been watching a few films, and a couple of years ago I watched Transcendence with Johnny Depp, and he spoke in that film. It was about the internet being shut down, and I've seen a few people seeing it. They've put links, and the links aren't coming through. You know, not for BBC links. So for now, the internet's there, but who knows? You know, if there is a real desire to quash and control, then we know the internet will surely, well, one predicts will be compromised at some level.
Yeah, I
Potentially.
might be naive, but there's so many conspiracy theories that's going on. This, control this.
Yes.
Yeah. One, most of us or many people don't trust the government because of who knows.
Well, that's why people are panic buying, because they don't trust. So get your own food in. Don't wait for them to tell you. Just, you know, cover your own back.
Yeah. Cover yourself because it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we're still alive. And humanity has been through the worst, and we came out smiling. China is back on their feet. So it started there. And if they can turn this around, I trust the smart people around the United Kingdom to they are the best anyways at what they do, if they want to do, and get the actual remedies for this. You get, I got a good one of those advice from Africa. There's this Ghanaian scientist that was saying something about we used to have this in Nigeria. I was surprised when she mentioned it in Ghana that they do that years and years, over 100 years ago. It's been practiced where you get different herbs. Yeah, different herbs. Put them in a bucket, boil it up, and you get a big blanket and cover yourself. And it takes so many stuff and just increases your immune system. Yeah, so she would just say that. I said, "Oh, who forgotten about that practice?"
You see,
Yeah.
old practices coming back again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
for all the people who forgot about God, their relationship with the Spirit, they're looking for Bible now, looking for Psalm 91. See? You know, all the second generation, third generation, you know, who didn't feel that they needed a relationship with God because their basic needs were met,
you
know, are reconsidering.
Yeah, true.
You know, in these times. And I think that's a wonderful thing.
It is.
I think it's a wonderful thing. Not, you know, and God isn't a God that will be like, well, you didn't come to me, you only came to me in crisis. If it is, it is. If it's so, it's so.
It's so. We're here, Lord. This is us. Yes, this is us.
Podcast. If it is so, it's so.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for this.
Amen. Good. I'm glad too.
Very grateful. It's always a pleasure talking to you. You know, you've got good energy, great vibes. Yeah.
And I work hard at sustaining that and keeping that, and it's genuine. Genuine. So when I'm down and allow myself to be down. But even in the downness, I'm articulate about it. And actually that draws other people to me who are like, that's me too. That's me too. That's me too. And by God's grace, I have wise people around me, and then they get concerned when they see me do that, and then they feed me. And so here I am now, feeling robust, smiling, feeling fortified, in spite of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
In spite of the fact there's no pasta, there's no toilet roll, the schools are closed, people have cancelled left, right, and centre, and I don't have sufficient money at the current time to pay the rent. It is so. It is so. All is well.
Mm-hmm.
All is well. All is well with me here. Because if I lose this, I can't lose this. I can't lose this. Don't let them take this from us. Don't let them take this. This is the most important thing we own.
A broken spirit who can bear.
So let them say, look at her in the gym. Look how she's dancing, and let them talk. Let me hug a stranger on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do that. Let me be high frequency. And
no anti-corona elbows.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's just. Oof.
That's the best I know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna mash on. Keep mashing on. See, it's a good time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Taking advantage of the current situation. Just helping people to go to transit from brick and mortar now to like more digital in their processes and their businesses, their live events, digital events, visual events, and podcasting, just to bring messages like this, uplifting, empowering, changing minds, reframing the whole narrative of the current situation, that these too shall pass.
And that we have choice.
And that we have choice. Yes, we have choice, because we are among the few people right now who can actually laugh at the current form of sadness or of broadcast. So we can actually laugh, be happy in the midst, keeping our spirit, our mind sane, and still projecting goodness, projecting positivity, projecting power, projecting strength to the outside world, because from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So, we see now most of our Bible teachings are coming out.
You see?
They're like really deep down. They're coming out now. So
all those years they drug you to church and you were falling asleep in the pews. It's in there.
It's in there. So,
today, my mum is a Rasta, and I just grew up around reggae. And all of a sudden, this song just dropped in my spirit. I had to throw it in YouTube to see who it is. And the song was Rastaman Vibration, yeah, positive. And I'm like, I was singing the song to myself. It's a Bob Marley tune. And I saw a Rastaman today, and I just bigged up the Rastaman, and I sang him the little song, and I said, and he was like, boom, my fist. And it was like, yeah, I never went to church as a child, but my mom was a Ras, and I tell you, that spiritual music was just pumped in me, and I'm just finding these songs coming into my awareness now that are just fortifying me in ways that I say, I thank you, God, that you found a way to equip me for this part of history. We give thanks.
I'm very grateful for being able to feel this way today and raising the vibration of my home. Like, ooh, everybody needs to be like up and running. Get it is as it is, and it is what it's going to be. So we can only change or cement how we feel positively right now. And for you that is listening or watching this, all I can say is listen to Keeley. She gave you the tips. She gave you the bombs. She gave you the steps to go from being to empowerment. So be empowered. Live today. Just be grateful for today. Now. Be grateful for now. Now. Be grateful for now. Because as we all know, say
no one is promised tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow is not promised to anyone. So your today, which is a present, now you need to know the meaning of that word. Be present. This is a present. Take this present. And the time that you have right now is a gift. So
live it up now. Jah love. See, that's my mom.
They say protect us. Jah love protect us.
Amen. Jah protect and guide us.
Yeah.
It's God time, spirit time now. Because if we look out and we look around us, we will be overwhelmed and we will be overcome with fear. And fear is not a good spirit for us humans to have over us. It compromises our decision-making process. It takes us into panic and irrational thoughts. We can bring a spirit of faith over us. And I know that's a battle. And if you need to crash. And then be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. You see, look at that. How did that come? These are downloads. These are spiritual downloads. God is working here. Music is just dropping into my spirit. Quotes from the Bible are just coming over me. And I didn't even go to church as a child, but for whatever reason, they come through me. And so all is well. Have the audacity to believe all is well.
Have the audacity to laugh, to smile, to be happy, to question, and just embrace. I read from one of my friends. She's a podcaster as well. From her Instagram, she wrote something that is very exciting. When I read it, I was like, yes, this is a very good advice. Say, watch the news, get updates if you must watch it. But when it starts to become repetitive, turn it off. And turn the TV off. Sit down, look around you. If you have a family, speak to them, smile, hugs, laugh. If you have any board games, play.
What I bought today. I'm so reluctant to move it because of here. I bought 1,000-piece puzzle.
Ooh, okay.
We're locking it down. We're gonna be doing this. Them kids gonna hate it, but we're doing this. 1,000. This will keep us busy.
I see that.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing this.
Yeah. So that is a very practical advice.
Yeah.
Get your updates from the news. Once they start, like when it starts going on rotation, like now just turn it off. turn off the TV, look for
Live
people
it.
around you,
Yeah.
friends or family or strangers, neighbors, like, hey,
Knock the door.
yeah, how are you?
Yeah, you all right? You need anything?
I've got sugar if you got salt. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
it's a great time to connect.
Amen. Thank you.
It's a
Really.
great time to connect.
That is what the energy did. You see, the energy, when I got your message today, I was like, bro, I know. And I said, let's do the podcast. That's the podcast to do. That's the conversation to have, because we are not alone. And if we can create out of this, we are of the creator. Let's create. Let's create while we can. And here we are. It is done.
It is done.
It is done.
It is done. Well, thank you very much. I would say it is, I can talk to you forever. You know that. Yeah, can just be vibing forever, being on the same frequency. The time just keep going. Pew, pew, pew. The concept of time has no significance anymore, because when you're on that vibe,
That's a state of flow. State
yeah,
of flow. That's when you lose touch with time. You are just in, and that is beautiful. I've been having that with my clients this week. Utter state of flow, immersed in their world, and then you know what it's like when the hour's done. You go, it's there. The mayhem, the Armageddon, the excess shopping is there. But for this time, for this hour and 15 minutes, I broke it. I indulged in connecting with another spirit. And it's all good. We give thanks.
it's all good.
It's all good. It's gravy.
Yeah, let's go spread this high vibe.
Amen. High vibe tribes.
Yeah, physically with the people around us.
High vibe tribes.
And
High
say,
vibe tribes.
where have you been? Oh, I just had a podcast session with another high vibe individual, another high vibe spirit.
Yeah.
And now we are like, it's like the matchstick. One match can light the world. So yeah, so we're lighting each other up. So go light the world.
Exactly. A little glow of protection, A little
Mm-hmm.
a little glow just around, a little protective glow. So let them talk, let them say what they say, let them say what they say, because high vibe tribers, we don't march to the same beat.
No.
Do not let them take your glory. We are child of the God. Child of God. Child of the Creator. Come on. Know who you are.
Yep.
Know who you are.
Absolutely.
Lock it off. Turn it off. Be still and know. It's no joke. It's no joke. So Victor, I'm Keeley. I'm a psychotherapist, coach. I help people to unleash their greatness from whatever circumstance they're going through that's holding them down, making them play short, play small, sell themselves short. I just help people to find their flow.
And you've done it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I walk it most definitely.
Yeah. So if you want to reach out to Keeley, go ahead and reach out to her. She's on Insta, she's on Facebook, she's on where again? Can you just let us know?
You can find me most days on LinkedIn and Facebook. Facebook and Instagram. And I have an LinkedIn as well. But generally, I think my Facebook page is probably one of my favorites, actually. I really enjoy just flowing from the dome, flowing from consciousness, and putting it out there and seeing how people respond to that. So yeah, that's Keeley Taverner, Keeley Taverner. Or if you just go to my website, keyforchange.com, that's FOR, and you'll get the links to all the other places where you can find me.
But in this present dispensation where people can come to your physical location.
Mhm.
Hope you don't mind. Your doors are open visually, right?
Of course, as you can see here, I've had supervision tonight. We use Zoom, as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had group supervision, and I have clients internationally. So I've had Zoom for a long time, paid for, as you know, because I think you only get 40 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
But what's interesting is so many people are trying to sign up. So many of my colleagues are trying to sign up for Zoom, but they can't because I think they've said the system is experiencing high volume of requests at the moment. So that's a little bit dodgy, but you get a key, been on this for a long time.
Good. So get in touch with Keeley, and yeah, this is Victor as usual. This is your Diaspora Entrepreneurs podcast. So go and be great. Keep your head up. Be strong.
Be optimistic. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.